The world is full of abandoned places, left behind by humanity for a variety of reasons. Some of these places are simply old buildings or structures that have fallen into disrepair, while others have more sinister pasts. One such place is the abandoned city of Pripyat, Ukraine. Pripyat was once a thriving city of almost 50,000 people, built in the 1970s to house workers at the nearby Chernobyl nuclear power plant. The city was modern and well-planned, with wide boulevards, parks, and cultural facilities. But on April 26, 1986, everything changed. That day, a catastrophic explosion and fire occurred at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, releasing radioactive material into the air. The disaster was the worst nuclear accident in history, and the immediate area around the plant was quickly evacuated. Pripyat was one of the first places to be abandoned, as authorities attempted to protect residents from the dangerous levels of radiation. Today, Pripyat is a ghost town, frozen in time. The buildings and streets are still there, but nature has started to reclaim the city. Trees grow through cracks in the pavement, and animals have taken up residence in the abandoned buildings. The city is a haunting reminder of the disaster that occurred more than 35 years ago. Visiting Pripyat is not for the faint of heart. The radiation levels in the city are still dangerously high, and visitors are required to wear protective clothing and follow strict safety protocols. But even with these precautions, there is something undeniably eerie about walking through a city that was once home to so many people, but now lies silent and empty. One of the most striking things about Pripyat is the sense of abandonment that pervades the city. Toys and personal belongings are scattered throughout the abandoned apartments and schools, giving a sense of the lives that were once lived there. In one apartment, a child's bed is still neatly made, as if waiting for its occupant to return. In a school classroom, textbooks and papers are scattered across desks, as if the students had simply gotten up and walked out. But it's not just the human artifacts that make Pripyat so haunting. The natural world has also started to reclaim the city in eerie ways. Trees and bushes grow through the windows and walls of buildings, and vines crawl up the sides of abandoned structures. The silence is broken only by the occasional sound of a bird or animal moving through the brush. For many visitors to Pripyat, the most chilling aspect of the city is the abandoned amusement park. The park was scheduled to open just a few days after the disaster at the power plant, and the rides and attractions still sit in the same spots where they were left all those years ago. The rusted Ferris wheel looms over the park, its empty seats swaying in the wind. The bumper cars sit in their stalls, motionless and silent. The abandoned park is a haunting reminder of the suddenness with which life was disrupted in Pripyat. But perhaps the most frightening thing about Pripyat is the knowledge that the disaster at the Chernobyl power plant was entirely man-made. The explosion and subsequent radiation release were the result of human error and design flaws, and the effects of the disaster continue to be felt today. The abandoned city of Pripyat is a stark reminder of the power of technology and the consequences of our actions. Pripyat may be a ghost town, but its eerie silence speaks volumes. As we continue to grapple with the consequences of nuclear power and other technologies, it's important to remember the lessons of Chernobyl and the abandoned city that once housed its workers. For those who dare to visit, Pripyat is a haunting and unforgettable experience.